Hi there. This video is for you when having doubts about staying or leaving the relationship. And I will present you with a helpful questionnaire about relationships. And when you fill in this questionnaire, it will give you an opportunity to find clarity about your relationship. And this will help you determine whether there is a fundamental breakdown in a relationship or whether there are just communication issues in the relationship, which is probably much easier to solve. And then your decision whether to stay or leave would be much easier to come to. Who am I? Di from Di's Affiliate Hub, as you know, a little YouTube channel dedicated to helping you create the life you want for yourself and your loved ones, with giving you hands-on advice, tips, sharing experience, and suggesting some sort of programs that you can use to get where you want to get quicker, easier, and as a consequence of that, I might earn some small commissions as of being an affiliate, and that's why I call my channel Di's Affiliate Hub. So back to the main issue of today, there could be communication issues in the relationship, and when you sort of correct these communication issues, then things can go back to being really good, if they ever were good in the first place. On the other hand, there could be a fundamental breakdown in the relationship, which means that two people are not suited for each other in a relationship, or are not suited enough to be in a relationship, and that is a much more difficult issue to deal with, and one that probably leaves you with just one solution and one decision to make, So, as I said before, I'm going to present you with this little questionnaire, a helpful questionnaire that's got 7 points in it. What I suggest for you to do is grab a piece of paper, probably A4, and a pen, and write down each point. And then go through it more than once, go through it a few times a day, probably maybe a few days in a row, then give yourself a few days in between, then do it again. And it will really bring you a lot of clarity in the way that you think about your relationship, and in insights in your relationship. You will, maybe realize things that you haven't been aware of, That will make it much easier for you to make the decision one way or the other. So this is my questionnaire. Number 1, are you happy in this relationship? The answer is very simple, yes or no. If it's yes, it's yes. If it's no, it's no. Okay? Do it. Write it down, yes or no. Second question, have you communicated this to your partner on more than one occasion? Again, the answer, yes or no. If yes, what did your partner do about it? And if no, you should do it. You should communicate that you're not happy with this relationship to your partner, and do it on more than one occasion. Number 3, does your partner appreciate you? Yes or no? Number 4, does your partner respect you? Yes or no? Number 5, does your partner take care of you? Yes or no? Number 6, read through this one and write it down. Read through this one very carefully. If your partner does what you want him to do, will then everything be okay? If your partner does everything you want him to do, will then everything be okay? Yes or no? And then we're coming to the last question, which is the one, number 7. Yeah, just 7 in there. Number 7. Are you scared of being alone? Yes or no? If your answer is yes, you have to work on it, okay? Because if you're staying in some relationship just because you're scared of being alone and not because the relationship is good, then you have a problem that you need to resolve, which is being able to be on your own. And you need to work on that issue. Now, these are the 7 things, guys. I want you to write it down as I said. I want you to answer the way I said. And then I want you to read through it and think about it more than once on a daily basis at different points in time, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in a break, when, lunch break or whatever break, sometimes before you go to sleep. And then think about the answers that you give. And you can elaborate a little bit on the answers that you give. And very soon, usually, if not on day 1, day 2, then definitely by the end of the week or 10 days in, it will become much more clear to you what relationship you are in, where the problem lies. Is there sort of a minor problem? I mean, minor problem in a way that can be fixed when your communication is improved and when you put a little bit more effort into it? Or is it a major problem where the people in this relationship are actually not suited for each other? So do it. Think about it. Write down more if you want to. Elaborate on your answers and write them down, because sometimes what you write down and then you read to yourself on more than one occasion actually causes a certain shift in the way you look at it. And some very, very helpful insights might come to you. So I will leave you with this for today, guys. I think this is a very helpful tool for you if you are in doubt, as I said, whether to leave your relationship or stay in it. It is not an easy decision, as we all know. The longer we were in a relationship, the more difficult decision it might become, because there is, a lot of a history behind us and, all sorts of things. But that is a decision that we need to make, especially if we answer the first question with no. First question being, are you happy in this relationship? And then go through the other questions, answer them to see whether these things can be fixed or whether there is irrevocably unfixable, which is also possible. I will leave you with this, guys. I wish you all the best. I wish you to sort of, create the best lives you can for yourself and for your loved ones, because this probably all comes together. And I will talk to you soon. If you wish, you can subscribe to my channel just by, clicking on the subscribe button under this video. Or if you leave my text under the video, I will leave there a link to my channel too. Thank you. Talk soon. Bye-bye.